Hello everyone, I'm Achyuta, welcoming you to this video. Here we have a short look on Shakespeare's sonnet number 70. Here in this sonnet 70, the youth is urged to have a child so that he may live forever, both in that child and in the verse which the poet writes celebrating his beauty. If you do not have a child, that is, if that person do not have a child, there will be no proof that you were as beautiful as I claim you to be, and my verse will be disbelieved. This memory of you will be distorted, and the descriptions of you which adorn this page will be scorned like the speech of babbling old men or the worn out ideas of a vanished age. Therefore, take heed and prepare for the future and the threatened night of oblivion. So, this is the message of this sonnet 70. Let's move on to the poem. Sonnet 70. Who will believe my verse in time to come if it were filled with your most high deserts? Though it, heaven knows it, is but as a tomb which hides your life and shows not half your parts. If I could write the beauty of your eyes, and in fresh numbers number all your graces, the age to come would say, this poet lies. Such heavenly touches never touched earthly faces. So should my papers, yellowed with their age, be scorned like old men of less truth than tongue, and your true rights be turned a poet's rage, and stretched meter of an antic song. But were some child of yours alive that time, you should live twice in it and in my rhyme. Clearly, this sonnet depicts, asks or urges the person, that is Mr. WH, to have a son, to have a child, just to say that he is so beautiful. Uh, the child is a symbol of that man itself. So he wants him to have a child. So what is the entire meaning of this poem is, when, who will believe my verse in time to come? Now I am writing the poem in years after. Who will believe my words? Who will believe my verse? If it were filled with your most high deserts, that is, if it is filled with all the graceful beauty of you, I have written so many lines about you, and I have just pointed out, portrayed you as a very beautiful creature of God. But who will believe that in future? Though yet heaven knows it, but heaven knows it, but as a tomb which hides your life and shows not half your parts. What he says is, only heaven knows the beauty of him, because after his death he will move to heaven, and heaven can be noted the beauty of this man. And as a tomb, because after the death he will be coming to the, he will be buried in the cemetery, and a tomb will be built there. Because of that, the tomb used to hide the beauty of this man. So it can't show even the half parts of his beauty. So his beauty can't be viewed by anyone after his death. So what he says is, if I could write the beauty of your eyes, and so in fresh numbers, first number stands for a verse, that is rhyme poem, and second number for counting. He can write so many verses, filling all the graces of WH. The age to come would say, but when he dies and after his time, when the ages passes, all would say that this poet lies, because no one is there to see that man. No one has seen that man in the present time, so they can say that this poet has lied. So such heavenly touches never touched earthly faces. So what he says is that beauty, that graces are heavenly touched beauty, but not this earthly faces. So not even a single person in this earth has faced those things. So should my papers yellowed with their age, that means after some time this poet will also die, and all his verses, all the pages that he has written will turn yellow. That means after some age, all the white paper used to be in an older way, old papers. The color of the old paper is yellow. So yellowish color. So yellowed with their ages. It means not only the paper becomes, that is, the color of the paper is changed, the verse too will has changed. Reason is the after some time or due to the passage of age, one can't realize the eternal beauty in the verse. That's the reason. Be scorned, that is yellowed with the age, be scorned like old men of less truth than tongue. It is true that and most of the old men used to babble so much of things, there won't be any truth in their words. They used to have a long, loose talks, lengthy talks. They don't know what to talk and what not, what to hide or how to talk. Because of their age, they used to talk a lot. What he says is, just like all the old men's talk, my words will also become a old one. So it used to be like all bluffed things. It is not true. Like that, the people used to have a content idea. For that reason, he says, my verse will be compared with the old man's speech. And as usual, they used to call it as a true rights be termed as poet's rage. So this term is more important. What is a poet's rage? We know that prophecy. Prophecy is a saying, a godly saying we used to say in our locality or in and around some places we have seen the kind of prophecies. I'm not talking about the literary prophecies, just like that in our localities too, a man blessed with the God will talk after swallowing a camphor with fire or eating a lot of neem leaves or striking themselves with the long sticks or making a cut with a knife. Only then they used to speak the truth. It is believed that they don't have any pain. They can't feel that pain or they can't feel the hot heat of the fire. They can't feel the bitterness of the neem. Likewise, then only the God is truly in them and they are talking out of it. So that is poet's rage, it is called. And after some time, just when both of them, that the poet and WH, have passed away, after a long time, when we read this sonnet, we used to come to a conclusion that this is a poet's rage. It is nothing but a poet's own imagination. It just comes out of the poet's overwhelming love towards that man. And it can be associated with a stretched meter of an antique song. Antique song means old song. All our old movies and old songs used to be a lengthy one, and so many lengthy lines will be there, lengthy phrases will be there. The same way, this verse used to be taught in that same way. It is nothing but a lengthy phrases of a old song. So my verse will be calculated by the people in future as a old song. So don't allow the people to think like that. Just what he advised that man is, um, if my verse is to be true, please have a child. But were some child of yours alive at that time? That is, in future, if your child is alive, you will be lived twice. How? In the child as well as in my rhyme. So your child will be an example of my rhyme. He or she, the child used to say that this rhyme is true because your child will resemble you, and by seeing the child, all will believe that your grace and your love is so true. So that's the end of the sonnet. Thank you.